Smash your ego. Smash your ego. We're going to have a little talk today about smashing your ego. This is something that over the past 3 decades that I have had to continue to do as part of my daily showing up in the world to uncover, discover, discard what isn't working, and go out there and be of service. Go out there and do my job. Go out there and be with the world. Just need to expand that a little bit. Smash your ego comes from the foundation of Alcoholics Anonymous. It is breaking this illusion that I'm in control of everything and that I don't need help. Alrighty. So I continuously have to smash the ego, the energy of ego, because I would never say I have ego, but ego shows up in different ways. And this has been an exploration, growth junkie journey for me ever since I got in recovery. And smashing the ego is like letting go of all of the beliefs that I can manage everything on my own. Smashing my ego is that I have this ism thing that I know ism. I know ism. As you get a little bit older and wiser, you kind of do know a lot. I know. So my ego can show up in I knowism. It also can show up in this place of deep rigidity inside of me. And what I do know is what I know now that I didn't know, that I wish I knew 3 decades ago, is that is literally my system, my body, my nervous system trying to keep me safe. So, this conversation is going to be about what everybody's talking about right now, the nervous system. Fight, flight, freeze, fawn. I honestly got to do this type of work. I had the most amazing therapist, Barbara Searsman, 30 years ago, was taking me through healing journey through this work. Seriously, screaming, yelling, breathing, beating, not beating, pillows, just all of that, learning how to be safe in my body because it's been a journey, especially from alcoholism and an eating disorder. And the eating disorder is what got me into recovery. Okay, so I just want to go back and talk a little bit about and look at my own ego of gosh, I wish I would have known what we know now. Okay, but we didn't. And then my ego comes up of like, I should have known this. Alrighty. So if you can relate to any of that, those are all my personal, and there's many more, but you might be able to relate to some of them, my nervous system protection so that I'm not wrong. That's my whole, there's no right or wrong, good or bad. There's just choice. But my body still doesn't know this. Okay. And there's a part of me, I've been coaching for 7 years. And so this has even been a journey of my growth, obviously, of like this missing piece as a woman, as a female, especially as an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur my entire life and always hitting this familiar place, like knowing what it was, but not quite knowing what it was. Well, now I know. And it's taken years in training, in classes, in my education to be really firm in what it is that I know and how I've used it and worked in my life to bring it to my clients. And I'm really grateful for it. I have to smash my ego continuously, like, I wish I would have known this. I should have known this. I mean, I'm still in that process because that means letting go that I don't know everything. Um, and what that is part of that rigidity for me that, and it's all unconscious. This work, again, transformational work, you cannot do this on your own. I'm just here to tell you, you cannot do it on your own. I could not get sober and stay sober on my own. I had to have women, I like women, men obviously in recovery, to constantly bring me back to a foundational place so that I could regulate. Now, did I know that I was doing that for 30 plus years? No, I just always knew, no, which is why I still keep going back, is because every time I go back, I can breathe in my body. We have a saying in the 12 step rooms that when we go into those rooms, we can breathe. We can show up exactly as we are before we go out into the world, which functions, vibrates, acts different, all of that, and and regulate. That's what I've been doing in meetings all these years is regulating. And so I have to keep smashing my ego like I didn't know that's what that was, but that's what. There's studies, and I can't remember his name right off the top, themes of consciousness, where they studied. And this is not a plug for 12 step. It's an awareness conversation. If you have a place that regulates you, keep coming back. If you don't, find that place. There's so much for me that's piecing together my journey because people do ask and then they also don't relate to how do you not pick up a drink as an alcoholic with mental issues. It always sounds weird, but there's a lot of underlining current things in there in the brain. Um, how have I not? How I have not is by doing all of this work, literally, that did not have names, but it has names today because science backs it up today. So, yay for that. Yay for that, because now we can go out into the world and you guys don't think we're all, because I've been, think we're weird and all that weird stuff. It's like the science now backs it up. So, the themes of consciousness, his studies, Hawkins studies were that when you go to a place that has a vibration of hope, healing, community, connection, that it raises the vibration of that space up to 500 megahertz. Okay. So, and a lot of reality, I'm not going to go in, this is not a training class, but is vibing down in this like low vibration, 100, 20, 40, 150. So, my point here is a lot of different places, smashing my ego. And I don't mean that they're hating myself or that I'm losing my identity or being passive. It's just, it's been a space that I'm like, let me check in. Okay. What is running my life right now? Am I running in resentment, fear, self-centeredness, ship, fear, shame, blame. I mean, the lower harmonics, the energy. Like, been talking about this vocally out loud coaching from 7 years of the energetic mastery. So for me, I have to keep smashing my ego that I should have known this work with the name it as it is. But if I clear that and move beyond that safety, like, oh gosh, safe, I'm safe, and actually freaking come out and say as clearly as I want to say that everywhere that I stopped myself in business, especially business, that's always, my thing, self-employed, I always knew there was this wall. And I know in my journey for like the last 7 years is like looking at all the different walls per se. I mean, got years of recovery and work up until that, but there was these couple extra things that I kept hitting. And a lot of it was the space where I couldn't receive. I just couldn't. But again, that was tied in to my nervous system. And I know that sounds very vague, like I can't receive. It's a deep level of receiving. Um, so if I'm not safe, my body's not safe, nervous system, body. I have a lot of past body, past body shutdowns, like a lot. And I've worked on a lot, but it's weird how there's so many little pings and pongs of like, oh yeah, and oh yeah, it's so old. So as I get ready to wrap this up, it's just a space of, I always say there's a couple things. If you want to transform and you want to grow and you want to expand and you want to have more, especially in the energy of the world consciously today, is really hard to do it on your own. You almost can't expand with your own tools. There's more that's required and the capacity to have someone take you there who has done that. Okay. So don't try and do it your own. Okay. And that there's always more. There's just like, and I know that's a part of me. That's why my business is called Growth Junkie Coaching. That's also a nervous system thing for me. And I am well aware of that. When I named my company Growth Junkie Coaching, was saying that I can't get enough. Okay. That's a nervous system situation. I get that. I understand that. I understand it more. What energy am I being with that? What am I pushing, shoving, making happen, forcing, growth, never enough? It's just all part of functional freeze, high achieving functional women. If that's you, you're in the gang with me. You're in the group with me. We get a lot of shit done. But there's this underturning, churning that there's something else available. And it's there, but I can't get there, but I know it's there. Someone take me there. And there's there, and then the there keeps growing. Okay, so at a deeper level, as I talk and wrap this up, smash your ego. Just because that's an AA saying that when the ego is smashed, and ego looks like so, ego is a protective state. It's a protective state so that if I could, so when you smash the ego, for me, there's humility behind that. There's vulnerability behind that. There is willingness behind that. There's honesty. But in order to do that, in order to be that, in order to be the next version, the next identity, I have to know that I am safe. And of course, I'm safe in this reality. Right now, life is so beautiful. I have worked and created and actualized the most beautiful life. But the old input, the old information, the old nervous system, the energy of that often pops up unconsciously. What we've been talking about, some of us have been talking about for years, but tapping into that part of like, I am safe, and doing the work that's in there to know that out the next space of you can function, expand. And really, I'll end here because I kind of went all over the place. But I have a saying, and it's written on my desk, to have the capacity to feel it and not be overwhelmed by it. Oh my gosh. I wish I would have known there was a way to do that with ease. But I've done it. I've learned it. Got the t-shirt. And now I'm here to show you how to do it without all the effort and a ton of t-shirts and thousands of dollars into learning. So love you, love, that's such a word, like just like be the energy of what love is for you. And that's all I can say on that. Being aware of what the energy and the safety, the energy of the word, energy of love is for you. Okay. Peace out.